You do want to find a niche, right? One of the things that frustrates me more than any else, and if anybody's ever emailed me and asked about competition, I apologize if I've come across as snarky, but this is one of the worst excuses of all time, is when people will say, well, I'm not going to get in this business. Some of you guys, you come and show up to a room like this, and you're like, oh man, look at all these people. They're already doing it. There's no room for me. I mean, in Mobile, we had all these people stand up during the marketing time. There's like 6 or 7 of them going, I'm wholesaling. I got a list in the back, I'm wholesaling. And I guarantee there are people sitting there going, there's already too many wholesalers here. There's no way I'm going to be able to do any business, right? There's too much competition. First, that's the lamest excuse ever. And I'll tell you, first and foremost, it's because of this whole modern caveman thing. I tell my wife this all the time. Every time I go off to work, and maybe you guys have heard Dave Ramsey say this before, right? When we go to work, it's basically like the old school caveman. We go out, we find an animal, we kill it, we drag it back so we got something to eat. That's what you do when you go to work, right? You go out, you drag something, you kill something, you drag it home so you got something to eat. You go out and do whatever you do to make money, bring that money home so you guys got money to pay the bills and all that other stuff, right? Here's the thing about the caveman. Caveman had competition, right? There were other animals that were fighting for that food. There were other cavemen out there fighting for that food. There was all kind. If today the world just descended into chaos, right? And I know Bob's got a bunch of kids, and J. Paul, he's not here, but a bunch of you guys, you don't really need a bunch of kids. Even if you have your one kid, you relate to this, right? You got kids, and there's no food, and everybody's fighting over food, and there's just, a few sandwiches left. You're going to sit back and let your kids starve and be like, nah, I'm not going to be able to go out there and get them sandwiches, yo. It's just too much competition. No. Man, you'd get you a shotgun, whatever you'd have to do to get food for your kids, right? You would fight. It doesn't matter how much competition there was. If it was for your family's survival, you'd get out there and you'd fight for that, right? And so what I'm trying to point out to you is that this actually has nothing to do with competition. It has to do with excuses and laziness. Because what you've said is, I'll compete for survival. I won't compete to thrive and excel and build wealth for future generations. That's all you've said, okay? So we all know you'll compete. But right now, you're just competing to survive. Okay, the question is, will you compete to do something more, to do something better, to do something greater? That's the only question as of right now, okay? Because to be honest with you, competition is the ultimate proof of concept, right? Because when there's competition, listen, just in this group, I don't mean just those sitting here today, but there are some 7-figure earners in this room. Just in our group, we have about 550, 600 members. Just within our group, I know of 5, 6, or 7 different people that are running 7-figure real estate businesses, that their revenue per year is over $1 million. There's a bunch that are making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 just in their real estate business. And there's many more that are making $100,000 or more, 6 figures in their real estate business, just that are members of PIG. Okay, we're talking about a small group on the Gulf Coast of a few hundred members who are literally every year bringing in millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? The scarcity mindset sees that and goes, they're already making it. There ain't none left for me. That's nonsense, right? You should be like, man, they're making, just here on the Gulf Coast, these people are making millions of dollars. I'm going to get me a slice of that. Right? You want to jump in and get you a piece of that. So it's just crazy to me to think that there's this excuse that if there's there's a lot of money there, right? The fact that competition is drawn to an industry is the proof of concept that there's a lot of money to be made in that industry, right? I mean, like right now, there's a lot of business you could jump into and have no competition. Try to be a travel agent, selling, vacations to Wuhan, China. Like, I mean, that's not the easiest sell right now, right? Sell it, create an air freshener that smells like flatulence. Like, you'd corner the market, man. You'd have zero competition. Nobody's competing with you. But does that mean you're going to make money? Absolutely not, right? So the fact that competition exists in an industry or in a business should be exciting to you, that there's all that money there that people are drawn to.